can't.
You're never
Just
perched.
smile.
Just hold his head up when you're next to it.
Which one's the best one looking one?
The bottom one. That's it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
£86.
Have you got all the length in, Dawn?
Yes,
Look.
I've taken it. Yeah.
Finally, Ian's into a fish.
I was surprised to see that come up there. Don't know why I thought it. Surprised it hasn't kited over that other line.
Yeah, do you want me to bring it in?
I think I can see it moving now.
Yeah, the right hand of the middle rod.
There you go. There's your fins. There's your fins in. Yeah. Hello, just going to update on what's happened today. It's Tuesday. Tuesday, is it Tuesday? Tuesday, yeah. And if you saw earlier a shot of a fella catching a catfish and thought it wasn't quite, didn't look like Bluewater. You're right, we wasn't. We was on the lake, which is right next to Bluewater, which apparently is owned by some farmer. I don't think it's Jim really wants people on there. I don't think he doesn't have any say in it, but it's not really for us to go over there. But you know, a little dabble. And the guys, we was actually going to go on there ourselves, but fair enough to Pete. I mean, he jumped in, he got in first and was in there. So the footage you saw earlier was Pete, and I think I said what size it was actually at the time, 83 or something, 80s ish, 86, 84. Oh, we got a few. We got three scores here: 83, 84, and 86. Anyway, it was 80 something, and as you saw, there's rumours.
And his boy caught the 60.
We're saying there was more caught in that lake.
Two more catfish caught.
Cool. So there you go. That's a bit of a bash. If we can have a go over there. So as for the carp action, you might have seen Gary showing. Actually, I did manage at last to winkle one out. It was a low 30, 32 something. I would get the exact size. So that's me up and running, and a hot spot. Hopefully a hot spot found. It's nothing where I wasn't fishing before, but that's the way it goes. One night in the same spot it goes, one night it doesn't. So I'm off and running. And the only difference really, I changed bait. So I'm now using Jim's own bait, so we're giving that a go. So we're off to Nash Monster Purple Crab, whatever they are, and we're on to Jim's Lake Special. So who knows, might have made a difference, might not have done, but there we go. So I'll stick with what I'm going with now. Stick on the specials. So if you're coming to Bluewater, give them a try, because they've worked for me and they've worked for Martin in the swim next to us. So they seem good bait. So give that a try. So Tuesday night, we had a bit of a mare as well after I did get mine in. We was in a slight hurry to get the baits out, as you know, get them set and go and have a shower. Just come out, just a shower. So we delivered my bait from the bait boat. All of a sudden, bait boat died. Gary had to send his boat across and nudge mine to the edge, and we got it back in. So I'm bait boatless at the moment, but I'm just giving it a quick try. And when we wheeled it back, and it seemed to fire up. So I don't quite know what the problem is. So, but I'm not going to bother with the bait boat now. Wait for the morning. I'm not having that floating around the lake at night. So one fish, one bait boat, hopefully working for tomorrow. So let's see what the rest of the evening brings. Nice one. There you go, one of the Dutch lads seems to have, he had a storming run and he's out in the boat, middle of the lake. Don't know if the fish is on or off at the moment, but he's still a bend in his rod, but it's obviously got stuck up in the weed, so he's had to hop on his little inflatable, and as you can see, he's out there feeding off a little bit of line there now, so he's obviously trying to wait for the fish to move and free itself, and then maybe go to battle again. Out in his boat. Sure as my fishing partner here, Gary, who got told off, would be saying now, why hasn't he got his life jacket on? We got told off. Oh well. Never mind. He's spinning about a bit there. Anyway, it's Wednesday morning. We didn't have a fish last night between us. Plenty of fish showing this morning. Right in front of Gary's swim, the lake was live with bubbles, and so we tried to drop a bait onto it, but nothing picked it up. Spinning around. Here's a job when you're trying to keep the boat steady. You've got the rod. Oh, it looks like his reel's gone in now as well, so he's hand line in now. Oh dear, better in than me. I'd end up in the drink, I'd end up losing my rod. Sorry it's a bit wobbly, but he's quite a way out, so I've had to put the zoom on. It's hard to keep it still without probably popping it on a tripod, but just thought I'd give you a bit of action out in the boat. We'll see. I'll let you know later, perhaps, if he gets it in. Good luck to him. Just having a look at up from our swim here, up to where the lodge is. Martin's fishing over there. No doubt, I think he's definitely been the top rod so far. Getting something right there, but tactics don't seem a great deal different to what anybody, well, different to what we're doing. He's fishing the gaps in the weed, which is what you can, but he's certainly doing well. Looks an organised fisherman anyway, so you're not gonna do really well unless I think you've got a bit of an idea what you're doing. And Martin's catching quite regularly, so you just tell he's a regular fisherman, so he's probably deserving his catch. So good luck to him. Oh, just as I said that, a carp splats out into the shallows to Gary's left. Actually, now Dave, who's fishing on the far bank, is now moving into the swim into the left-hand point swim, so he's going to be up to our right-hand side of this shop soon. So if nothing else, we'll have a bit more company for tonight's social on the old bench swim there. I say it is a chance. It's a lovely setting here on a cracking swim, you know, and everything is comfortable, but it's just we're not making the most of it. Nothing against the fishing, that's what fishing's all about. It can be tough, and it doesn't mean to say you're doing a great deal wrong, so certainly no criticism of the lake at all. It's a cracking lake. Obviously we would like it to be a little bit less weedy, but not being experienced weed fishermen, but all we can do is hit the channels, and there are channels out there, but you just sort of, when you put your bait out, you just got to hope that your bait's presented right, so that's all we can do. Lucky enough for me, the old bait boat there, the Viper, seems to have made a recovery. I haven't got a clue what was wrong with it. It just cut out the far bank, and I nearly had to hop in and get it, because I didn't fancy leaving 600 quid's worth of boat bobbing around this lake at night. I mean, I know it couldn't have gone anywhere, but you never know. But lucky enough, Gary sent his icon out, his little boat, and he rammed into it, and we sent it to the edge. So I managed to reclaim the boat, and this morning it's working. We haven't got a clue why it conked out. The lights were working, but the motor and the pump wasn't going at all. Wild shot, I don't know too much, but there's some electric cables and bits and pieces above where it went. Whether that's got anything to do with some sort of interference problem, haven't got a clue. Have not got a Scooby-Doo, but it didn't work. But lucky enough, it's working, so we're back on the bait boat. So here we go, we're Wednesday, one cat for Gaz, one carp for me. And that's it. We're going to have a crack on the old catfish late this afternoon, or maybe even before our trip to the supermarket. The lads were catching them every 10 minutes or so, so no doubt we'll go on there and bloody blank, so that'll be right. But I think even in like one afternoon they had a couple of 80s, a 60 and 50 they were telling us, and they were coming every 10 minutes, so it seems rude not to try and get a bend in the old rod. We'll probably get the old spod rod out and spod reel and have a crack at that. So that'll be this afternoon's plan. So you might see a bit of footage, you never know, of one of us playing a catfish. So but we've given it now the time. Now it's 10:30 local time. You kind of feel if you were going to nab one, maybe now getting on midday in the heat, we might have missed our best window opportunity. Can't rule anything out, but so the best window might have gone. So if we have a bit of a dabble on the other lake, and when we come back for prime time, get our baits out, for early for this evening, and see what happens. But there we go. That's today on Bluewater. Right, we sneaked down to the catfish lake. My rod's out. Don't like the look of my line one little bit. It's an old spod rod. I haven't spotted for years, so it looks bloody more like to catch a stickleback. But I couldn't snap it, so I bunged it out. Let's see what happens. See if we get any footage. So the guys caught some yesterday. Not really sure we're supposed to be here, but hey ho. My rod's out. Gaz is just about to lob his one out. We're on giant halibut pellets, so we're going to sit back, keep out of sight, no farm vehicles, and let's see what happens. See, well, we're still on the old catfish lake here. I have caught one. It was probably the smallest catfish in here. We've had a couple of runs, couple of takes, put a stop, maybe liners, don't know. But yeah, so far, a bit of action on the lake. I've caught the smallest one on here. So that'd be about right, wouldn't it? But sticking with it. Tonight's beer we've got on the menu on our non-fishing trip. We've got this stuff. Doesn't taste up too much. Gary's on the U1664. We've been joined tonight very nicely on our social. Big Dave is here. Lovely. I'm Big Dave, and this is a bit unusual. We like the cider. We haven't seen this Strongbow cider with dark fruit. Dark fruit, lovely jubbly. Martin's done that with Desperado, an Old Faithful, nice one. And a bottle of red wine for Tracy. It's seen on the video, there she is.
Camera shy.
A bit camera shy, no problem. Tonight,
you'll be alright, the sun's behind you, so nobody will see
the sun's behind. As for the fishing today, obviously you saw us over on the catfish lake today. Well, we took that apart, and I caught the smallest cat in probably, I don't know how big that lake is.
75 acres.
75 acres, Big Dave says it might be. I caught the smallest cat in there, and the highlight of the day so far, I think, is a supermarket trip, and that's about it. So we're Wednesday night. We've still got one catfish for Gary, one carp for me.
I had another one over there.
Two cats. Sorry. Oh, I wasn't counting mine. Okay then. Right, we're counting the scores. It's one carp, one catfish for me, and two catfish for Gary. 84 cans of Kronenberg, 16 cans of it was Desperado, 4 headaches, 17 anodins, and he's not been in the best of spirits today, he's young Creswell here.
Been a bit despondent.
He's been a bit despondent. We've got the Prozac to be out later, but he's cheering up a bit now, and he's had some beer, He's never coming fishing again for about the 8th time. That's it, selling the gear, build an eBay when we get back. But there we go. So tonight's social might be better. The fishing will probably be a waste of time, but we'll see how it goes. Wednesday night, folks. Morning. Here we are, Thursday morning. Still at Bluewater, enjoying the sun. We just we had a better night last night. Actually caught some fish, so this video at last is taking shape. And Gary was I was the first to catch last night from the right-hand point swim, which was my swim for the week. Far margin. I went round there and sounded out where the clear spots were. Put my bait on there, and probably last night, midnight or so, it shot off, and I landed it. It was wasn't the biggest fish in the world. It was mid-20s. We didn't even weigh it. Seemed to get it back. We knew what size it more or less was, so we got that back. So that was another fish for me. And then a bit later in the evening, I don't quite know what time. Guess what do you reckon?
I guess it was about 3, half 3.
About 3:30 in the morning. Gaz's one went off, and he broke his duck with a cracking-looking fish. I knew it was a big fish when I tried to lift it out the net. It was it took a bit of lifting, and we got it on the mat, and took some shots, and it was
46.5 ounces.
46.5 ounces. So we're cracking into some of the bigger fish as well. Always knew they was in here. It was just a matter of whittling some out. So that was good. And then he followed it up a bit later with another fish.
28 pounds.
28.
Pound and 14 ounces.
28 pound, very precise. 28 pound 14. So that was 2 fish. I think we're up in Dave's swim. He's into a fish. Keep quiet. So let's see if he can haul it in.
There you go. Still on.
See if we can spot the fish.
Here he comes. Throw that back a bit, look. Looks like a good fish.
Yeah, he's making its way in the fish.
That doesn't look like a bad one, Dave, is it? What does it feel like, eh?
There's only one thing with Dave. He's got
any of the others.
He's got Everton hangers on. Let's see if we can go down without being in the big man's way. Fish is making its way in now.
Quite soft this way here, though, look.
Yeah.
Oh, nice splash there. Well, that ain't going to help net the fish. See if we can play it in between the two rods. Oh, nearly. Oh no, that needs giving it a kick, is it? This is point swim 2. Left hand as you walk up the point. Fish is right in front of us now. And he's in. In the net. One in the net. Obviously them Everton hangers didn't scare the fish, I don't know why. Try and keep it, make sure I keep out their way. Oh, fish is still lively in the net.
I'm going to go slightly lower. 26.
The usual guessing of the weight games going on at the moment. I haven't had a punt yet. 26 and 27 is being guessed.
Mine went 28.
Oh, we went 28. It's a nice, looks like a nice linear mirror.
I think I might be over there.
Nice light coloured fish. Rigs out nice and easy. Making a dash for freedom. It's snared. So there we go. Point swim 2. Dave in action. Nicely done. A little walk around Bluewater now, so you can have a look at the swims. This is the lakeside or lodge side one. Looking where we're looking now, it starts heading down to where we're fishing on the point. But this is the main basin of the lake, main bowl or whatever. A lot of water out in front of you. Nice constructed swim. It's a double swim. Going back, you see. So the guy's rods who's fishing here. You've got another platform there. So they've made it nice and secure and clean. So anyone fishing this swim is going to be have plenty of water. Lakeside swim 3. We hopped down 2 swims now. So we're in the far corner of the lake. Actually, I quite like the look of this swim. You can fish the tree line quite easily. The end margin, some reed beds. All this water would probably be yours. And then you've got a good open water swim as well. But yeah, lakeside 3, far corner of the lake. Looks nice. Nearly chose these swims we did, but there was somebody in them. Somebody in this one when we got here, so we were knackered for this one. But yeah, doesn't look bad.
Those fish that have seen us on the surface.
It's a view of the stock pond at Bluewater Lake. just behind the far end from the main bowl of the lake. It's just behind there. Jim's put some of the probably smaller fish and trying to grow them on to put in the main lake. I think he might have stuck a couple of sturgeon in here as well. So you can fish, because right in front of me there's your swim. So it's not only is it a stock pond, but you can fish it. And if we pan around slowly enough, I can show you how close it is to the main lake. You can park here. The area in front of you is for parking, and the main lake's just there behind the bushes. So the stock pond. In the Woodside swim now. This is the corner, Woodside 1. Two Dutch guys are fishing this bank, but they're not in this swim. Quite honestly, when I walked around here, I quite like the look of this one. So perhaps it's me, not a very good judge, but I quite like this bay. The wind's actually blowing into this bay at the moment. Some nice reeds, overhanging trees, look quite inviting. But the two Dutches are having the swims, which we're going to come to next. Woodside 1. Again, the swims are nice and big. Jim's obviously taken a bit of effort and made them. You've got some nice steps, all clean. Nice big gravelled area. They also provide unhooking mat and waistling. So don't bring them, guys, if you're coming to Bluewater. Save room in the van, more room for beer. Up the track now, which takes you to Woodside 2. One of our Dutch friends are in this swim. Again, nice lot of open water, nice big swim. Probably struggle to get two anglers in there. It's a single swim really. But yeah, another nice swim. Lots of open water if you like fishing open water. You've got no worries here. Probably not quite so weedy out here. Woodside number 3. Again with the Dutch loads of fishing out into the main basin of the lake. Nice again, nice lot of open water. It's like wee beds in front of us. Jimmy was telling us earlier he put quite a few grass carp in. He was hoping that was going to they were going to munch a bit more of that. Hasn't quite munched as much as Jim was hoping, but he seems to be trying to do something about it. Yeah, nice open water swim. Again, a nice swim. Fishing on a bit of a platform here. But as we look around to our friends' swim, they've actually set up a base camp halfway between for a bit of a social by the look of it. But no problem. Morning. Here we are. It's Friday morning. Our last full day, and last night I think there was about 6 fish came out. Not to me, unfortunately. Gary had one fish in. What size do we have? 45.4. So fish were in his bay all night. And did have another run. Did we lose one? Yep. So he had lost 2. So he was obviously fishing in the right place like last night. So a couple of the Dutch fellas had a couple. So there's still chance to get some video action. With one thing we haven't got really is much action of us playing fish. So it's not the greatest of fishing video, but hopefully we get onto that. It's going to be hot again today, so it's now 10:50. Leave the baits out for another hour and a half or so, and then crack off to the supermarket, get what we need, come back, get the rigs out, and just leave them there. To be honest, there's no point moving if we get them on the spots which we think are clear. And we'll leave them out, and either they'll produce or they won't. We'll probably put a bit more bait in tonight. There's no point leaving bait or bringing bait home, so we'll put a bit more bait in, give it a shot. Probably walk around tonight because we've got a bit more bait. We'll probably walk around to the spots we're fishing, bait up from the margin, and then send the boats over and get it sorted like that. But so there we go. Last full day. Got to crack on. Try and get one for the film. See if we can catch ourselves a fish. So probably the owner's Jim. He's saying it's not fishing, probably that well, but he's telling us something we already know. But, don't think we're doing a great deal wrong, any of us on here this week. Most people have been here and caught fish before, so that they know the score. They've caught, but it just seems a tough week. I don't know why, whether it's the weather, who knows with fishing, that's what it's all about. But with the last day, Gary's done okay, only a couple for me, so I need to do a bit better. Here we go, it's our last evening now. Got the baits out, and we're hoping. It's been a red hot day today, so we haven't been fishing much for the day, and the lines have only just gone in. We've been to the supermarket as usual and stocked up, and we was lucky enough to be invited to have a look around the Podium Lake, so we've been down there as well, Gaz and me, so we had a look at that. So it's another nice place. But so for tonight, tried a slightly different tactic. We put a bit more bait out tonight, and what we did was I went round the far bank where I'm fishing, and I took the remote control for the boat. Gary stayed here, filled the boat up with boilies and obviously the hook bait. I drove the boat across, and I put it exactly on the money, so hopefully it's definitely not on the weed. So at least tonight there's 3 rods definitely fishing. Last night when I brought, or this morning sorry, when I brought one bait in, as soon as I wound into it, it was straight into the weed, so I might have been short of the clear patch, who knows. But tonight, no mistake, make sure we try another tactic. So it went across to the other side. I dropped it off where I could see it was definitely clear, and I also took a bucket round full up of boilies and pellets and corn and other bits and pieces which we saw in my bucket yesterday. So fishing, trying that tonight. Also, it's our last night, so I put in more boilies. There's no point taking boilies home. We buy some fresh for our next adventure, so it's all gone out. So there's a bit of bait out there. There's not many other fish coming out of the lake at all. I think still the guys who have been here like for 2 weeks have only caught 2. The Dutch guys seem to be doing quite well on the point. I think they seem to be pretty organised, decent anglers, to be honest. I think bait sponsored as well, so they seem to know what they're doing. He's just been out in the boat again, and he's managed to snare one. He's a big lad as well, so the boat was rocking about, and when you're trying to play a fish, the boat's turning, and he was going all over the place. But fair crack to him, he's got it in. So it's a decent job by him. So last night, tomorrow is the mad dash. We've already packed up quite a bit. We're having a big cook or anything tonight. We've just got some bread and ham and bits and pieces, so we don't want to be messing around in the morning, get the bivvies away and get shot. So unless I catch anything else, this will be the last report from Bluewater. I'll finalise when I get home and go over what we had and a few other bits and pieces for anyone else thinking of coming out to Bluewater. But if we catch anything too late and it's dark, we won't be able to get it on film. But if we get something within the next hour, we'll again, as I say all the time, we'll try and get it on action. But fingers crossed. Still at Bluewater fishing.